Okay. So today's your final presentation.
I can hear you.
Hello? Hello? You
Ah,
can.
yes, now I can.
Okay. I was saying today's your final presentation, isn't it?
Mhm.
How are you feeling?
Mm, I don't know.
You ready? Have you prepared?
Yes, I think that, but not as good as the first one, I think.
No.
Yes.
And this was more important. It's 40% of
Yes.
your.
Yes. But okay.
Okay. You'll do fine. You have the experience too of the previous one. So let me just, we're gonna be measuring your time. But don't worry, it's not an indicator. We just want to.
Okay.
Okay. So you can start sharing your screen.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, about this one, I won't make any comments, but I will send you a document because I'm gonna rewatch the video since this is being recorded, and so that we can also have something written. So I'm gonna send you a document of how I evaluated and your score and everything else for this presentation here. Okay.
Okay. I can share my screen.
Oh, I think it's because. All right, now try again.
Okay. So you can see now?
I mean, what am I supposed to see?
The presentation?
No,
Now you can?
I'm just looking at, your files.
Oh, really?
I can see
Mm,
the pointer though, it's moving the pointer, but not your presentation.
okay.
Okay, now I can see.
Okay. Okay. 1 second, please. Yes. Now I can start or?
Yes, you can go ahead. Best of luck.
Okay. Evening, everyone. Today I'm going to explain about the importance of technology. Technology is important, like everybody knows. It's super important. It gives you tools. Nowadays it helps you a lot. But is it really important? I think technology nowadays it's necessary, not important. Necessary in what ways? Technology is fundamental for our, for our country development. nowadays we can live without technology because we are too dependent. And it also can answer human necessities. It makes things easy and see things differently. But for now, I want to explain how technology is expressed in Bolivia. In 2018, we have 7 million of Bolivians. That is 65% of population who use internet. But now in 2021, it increased and it's 78% of population. It increased the 13%. But this is only about the use of internet. But in the next slide, I'm showing you the increase in children to 12 to 20 years old. Okay, you can see in 2019, 2 million of Bolivians of the 37.5% of the population use technology, internet, and in now this year increased the 80% of the population. It means since 2019 to 2021, it's 55.5% of the population. So for that, I wanted to show you something. Is this imagine familiar to you? Okay, before I start, I want to talk about this game, Minecraft. Have you ever heard about this game? I can tell you that even my brothers play this game. And I want to be clear that I don't have baby brothers. So imagine that. It's everybody knows. For the people who didn't hear about this game, I'm going to explain one point about this game that express all I want to tell you. This mode is survival mode. The survival mode um, the survival mode is one mode that players use in order to develop tools in order to be able to survive, like the name say. Uh, in this game, they can create different environments and build a safe place, and also they can pick up tools, foods, and they have to do it in at least 10 minutes. They need to do all this stuff to survive, because the game moves fast. The player need to move fast in order to survive. They have to make good decisions to keep them alive. Okay, so now that I explain about the mode of this game, I wanted to show you how this game shows everything about technology and children's. So like in this game, they pick up tools, they pick up foods, they need to adapt to new environments. So this is what happened in children's now. Children need to adapt, so they pick up tools like Zoom, for example. They create new tools. Google Classroom, and it's also a tool, Google Meets. And this is what happened like the game here in Bolivia. And not only in Bolivia, I mean in every part of the world, there exist many tools. So we might not have like in the game 10 minutes, but we have more than 10 minutes because we evolve every day. And like I said, it's not 10 minutes, it could be 1 year, but maybe next year we can use Zoom and there's another platform. So it also, like the game, we fix problems. I want to explain that, for example, the last 2 years for the COVID problem, these new tools have been created. It created to communicate, to fix the problems because children couldn't go to physical to have a traditional classes. So for the end, I wanted to tell you this. Let's be survival. Let me finish with this. Let's adapt for a change and admit that that changes can help our children to be better now, to adapt new things, to fix their own problems. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please let me know.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much, Mafe. That was great. Okay. So questions. So you said that technology is necessary, right? And you showed me some data about how it has been evolving here in Bolivia and how people use technology now. And you also talked about the pandemic and how we have been adapting to those changes. You made that analogy to the game. But you didn't really tell me why technology is necessary. So why is it that you think that technology is necessary?
I mean, technology is necessary because nowadays we can live without technology. It's like something that you need, because you can nowadays imagine children's now they need to pass class, but they can go to school. So it's necessary because it create new tools in order to help. So it's not only in Bolivia, I mean, in every part of the world. So for that, I think it's necessary.
Okay.
It create new tools, it fix problems.
Okay. So right now you're saying for the pandemic thing, right? But outside of the pandemic, you say
Besides the pandemic,
what
yeah, I think
problems
that,
I mean, you say it solves problems, but what problems do they solve?
I mean, what kind of problems besides the pandemics?
Yeah.
Besides the pandemics, I think it facilitates everything. So my brother gave me an example for that. Uh, 10 years ago, if I need a mechanic or someone who fix a plumber or someone, I need to go to her home, their home, to his home, and call and visit and ask for, I have a problem in my house. But nowadays you can just pick up your phone, look in Google a plumber or something, and there is in your hands. So I think it's necessary because we live in a world that evolves every day. So according to that, we need to evolve with technology, with everything that comes high with that.
Okay.
Like tight.
All right. Okay, Maf. So that was it. That
No.
was the only question I had. What do you think? How do you feel? How do you think your presentation was? How would you evaluate yourself?
But I think that the first presentation was better than that. But I don't know. I think I did my best. I mean, I tried to use everything I did in the last presentation, to use phrases, to give an example, an analogy, and to end with a phrase or something. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think it was pretty good. And yes, the part of, eloquence and that persuasive tone that you had to your presentation, I think that was really awesome. So you did have a lot of really persuasive and convincing phrases. That's true. And you also had evidence. I would have liked to see maybe something stronger for the arguments, right? So why is technology necessary?
Yes, I got it.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, something there. Like like you had for the other one, right? So college is important and you explain why. So it creates networking. You gave an example with this. So here you talked, maybe you could have oriented it towards the importance of technology in the pandemic, maybe, or I don't know. But I think it was pretty good. It was good.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, okay. Anywhere around 8 minutes. That's amazing.
The last one was 7, I think.
Yeah. So this one was a bit longer. So it's pretty. I'm gonna send you, as I was saying, as for your grades go, I have some assignments I need to check from classroom. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And also I'm gonna send you this document where I explain the criteria for the final presentation tomorrow.
Okay.
But I think you'll get a good score in this one, in the speaking one, and listening and speaking.
Okay, in this module.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna plug in my computer. I think I'm running out of battery. Okay, now there we go. So, today's our last class for this module. I was thinking we just could continue with listening, speaking, but I was gonna ask you, I don't know if there's anything that you would like to see or do.
Like grammar, or speaking.
Yeah, anything
Or
you want, really.
I think I have troubles with the ing and this part of the grammar that I told you before. It was
Jen?
gerunds.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's okay. So sure, we can maybe go through that.
Mm-hmm.
Gerunds and infinitives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can have access to the platform. So yeah. I honestly haven't heard you make a mistake with gerunds. I think you
I make
handle
a mistake with third person.
with third person. You do, yeah. So, and also
How to
careful.
say?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, no. What did you say?
And also careful with irregular plurals. For example, the word children is already plural. Careful with that.
Uh,
Children and child, right? Like people and person.
yes.
So yeah. About the third person, that's something that many people make. It's a mistake that many people make. And the only way to get through it, I would say, is practice. So try to practice, like, for example, telling me about somebody else, a third person. So tell me about, I don't know, your cousin. So you need to talk about, and obviously in the simple present, because that's where the problem is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Try to practice that way by trying to speak about somebody else. So yeah, I don't remember where it was, but I do have my presentation. Do you remember what the main rule was for gerunds and infinitives?
Um, the main rule was no, I don't remember. I mean, I remember that there is a difference when someone did the action and he think he did, but he didn't do. Is it?
He thinks he did it, but he didn't do it. Ah,
Yes.
okay, yes, that's right. So there's a difference with some verbs, right? Like for example, forget,
Yes.
remember, yes, try, stop, start. Yes, that's yeah, but that's not the main rule.
Yeah, that's not the main
Like for
rule.
example, if I say something like I don't know, give oral presentations is important to improve the speaking skills. Do you think that's okay? That's correct?
Giving, give.
Give oral presentations is important to improve speaking skills.
No, I think it's giving.
Right, giving. So why is it giving?
Because we are focused on the verb, not on the object.
Not in the subject, right?
Yeah, not on the subject.
So yeah, that verb there is no longer a verb. Okay, I cannot find which one it was. Okay, no, this one was. Okay, but I do have a presentation. So that's the main rule. When you use it's not a verb anymore, so we cannot say a verb. Basically, when we talk about an action in a sentence, you use a gerund. So if the focus of your sentence, if the subject of your sentence is an action, so it could be a verb, it needs to be a gerund. So paying attention is essential in class, right? Because here, paying, the action to pay attention, that's the subject, or it's becoming a noun, right? So it's kind of becoming a noun. So paying attention is essential in class. That was the main rule, right? But there are more. So we said we use them with prepositions as well. So it's important for improving your speaking skills, right? So after any preposition like for or to or about, so I don't know, this was about paying attention in class. So after any preposition, we also use the gerund. You remember?
Yes.
And also with some verbs. So maybe we just need to memorize some verbs, but they're not that many, you know? So we had some, I think there's a list of verbs. These ones here. So these are all of them. So it's quite simple to memorize and you get used to them. So for example, get used to is one of them. You say, I'm getting used to being here. So I'm getting used to being here. Or I'm used to being here. Or with can help, can stand, with mind.
How can it be negative? Like get used.
I'm not getting used to being here.
Okay.
So do you know what's the difference between being used to and getting used to?
Being used to?
Yes.
Get used to es como que it's like I'm in the process.
Okay. And be used to?
I'm used to I am no. I think I just remember used to and getting used to.
Okay. So I used to drink soda. What does that mean?
That happened in the past that I used to drink, but not now.
Okay, that's good. So it's a past tense. It's a form of past tense to talk about past routines, right? Past routines. Or it's a synonym of would, right? I would drink soda in the past. And I am used to drink soda. Well, like here it will be I'm used to drinking soda, right? This is wrong. Oh my God, I cannot just anymore. Right? Hold it. Okay, so I'm used to, this is right. So what does that mean? I'm used to drinking soda.
Está acostumbrado a tomar soda.
Exactly, I'm used to drinking soda. So it means I usually do it, so I'm already used to it. And I'm getting used to drinking soda.
Me estoy acostumbrando a beber soda.
Exactly, so it's the process. Yeah. So with used to and getting used to, you need to use a gerund always. I'm used to drinking. I'm getting used to drinking, to being here, to living there. So yes. And do you know why? It's because you're using a preposition. Right? So it's just, it sounds natural. You have a preposition, so you need to use a gerund. You cannot use drink. Unless, of course, you have something like, I want to drink. But that's because the to is not a preposition. It's a preposition, but it's part of the want, right? You always use want with that before a verb. And this is so that you don't mix two verbs, right? Verb and verb. So you put the to. I like to drink. I need to drink. I have to drink. You cannot mix two verbs. But with used to, this is not a verb right now because you say I'm used. So it's an adjective. I am used. Right?
I am used to is just an adjective.
Used is an adjective here. The verb is I am, right? This is the verb. So those were some verbs. Can't help. I can't help falling in love with you, right? Like the song. Or can stand, mind, you like.
Your.
So, and then you had, okay, here you have more verbs. So continue, dislike, finish. I think most of them, most of these are known. So these are more expressions, right? So love means prefer, recommend.
Recommend. Continues doing. They love. Yes.
And the infinitive form, we use it after some adjectives, and I remember we've seen these ones. So I'm happy to announce, I am sorry to say this to you. As in after certain verbs. So I don't know, advice. So verbs of perception, some of them, and other verbs. So here we have a specific list. Where's the list? So agree, appear, be able to, learn to, manage to. It seems to be working, right? It seems to be working. I refuse to let you hear. How did you manage to make it on time?
Can you manage to make it?
Or did you expect me to be late? I happen to be here. That's interesting, right? Because happen, it doesn't mean like, I don't know, it doesn't mean ocurrir in that sense, right? When you use it with an infinitive, like I happen to be here. Do you know what it means?
No, I happen to be here.
Yes. Have you ever heard something like that?
No.
So it's kind of hard to explain, but it's used to show coincidence, I think, most of the time. One of the uses. So for example, you could say, I don't know.
Is the second time you were there?
No, like it's a coincidence, like casualidad.
Another verb to use there.
I happen to be here.
I happen to be here.
Let's look for some examples. You're gonna understand with context, but right now, for example, in one sentence, maybe, I don't know. Okay, so maybe I'm at the grocery store and I'm buying something, and since I happen to be there, I'm gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna go visit somebody that lives near the grocery store. So I happened to be there and I went to visit somebody else that lived near. So since I happen to be here, or okay, let's look it up. It's like, I would say in Spanish, it would be like, I happen to be here. I don't know, it doesn't have a direct translation.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay. So for example, I could say, I don't know, if we're discussing a topic, we're discussing something, and I happen to be an expert on that topic. So since I happen to be an expert, I'm gonna say something about the topic. It's like, por casualidad. Yeah, I think that would be a good one. Let's see.
I find it fun. This can relate. You know, we can get so driven that it takes over our entire life, and we get super ambitious, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, it's like there's no guys, there's no fun, whatever. So I think all of us can relate to that. I know I certainly can. And here's what I suggest for you, Jennifer. When I find that fun is out of my life, the first thing that I look to, it's going to sound weird, but like, how much cool music am I listening to? I happen to be a huge fan of hip hop. So anytime I play me some Justin Timberlake or...
So it's, you know, when you say I happen to be a huge fan, you're just saying
I happen to be a huge fan of hip hop. So anytime I play me some just cool music am I listening to? I can look to, it's going to sound weird, but like, how much cool music am I listening to? I happen to be a huge fan of hip hop. So anytime I play me some Justin Timberlake or, you know, a little bit of even like Lady Gaga or whatever, a little Jay-Z, instantly there's like this surge of fun that starts to erupt inside.
So what do you get from context? It could be like resulta que, o pasa que soy un fan. Pasa que soy un fan, or resulta que, kind of like that.
Yes.
So
Pasa que.
Maybe how do I look for more? Okay.
And if you happen to live in the rich part of the world, it's made the middle class. And if you happen to live in the rich part of the world, it's made many new products affordable. Who do you think built your iPhone? And things that we've relied on for a long time.
So yeah, you know, in that sense, is if you by any chance live there, then this is what's
Who do you think it and into the middle class? And if you happen to live in the rich part of the world, it's made many new products affordable. Who do you think built your iPhone?
Right, so it's if you happen to live, so if by any chance or by coincidence you live there.
Not consider.
Sorry?
Consider, no, right?
Consider? How so? What do you...
If you consider to live in that part of the...
no, not like in the future, like you're considering, you're thinking about living. No. If you happen to, it's something that you already do. So
yeah.
not for the future. So you could say, you know, yeah, it's, I don't know, it's coincidence. I think it expresses coincidence. because let's look for some sentences in Lingui. Okay. Oh, but there's no happen to.
I think you need to write the whole sentence.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I happen to know, for example, yeah, maybe like you're saying something like, I don't know. So maybe we're talking about politics and I say, oh, I happen to know somebody who can help you with this. So it's like by coincidence. No, maybe if I write it down here. Okay, there are no examples in here. I happen to be. Okay, here, for example, here we have. So here. Sometimes they happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So sometimes, en ocasiones, resultan estar. They happen to. So I happen to be one of them, which is why I am aware of this. So in that case, you don't have a translation, right? I'm just one of them. I'm one of them. I happen to be. So yeah.
Happen. Good.
If by
like yeah, like you said. Pasa que, resulta que.
I'm sorry?
It's the same like
kind of
pasa
like that.
que, resulta que, or something like that.
So if by some miracle any of your other ideas happen to be good and come into being, then I will like you even more. So happen to be good. So yeah. Okay, well, we have we went out of. So, but that's one of the verbs that you need to use with an infinitive form.
Yeah, it's clear, but in my head everything makes, and I think that I get confused about the to or ing, the gerund or infinitive form.
Yeah. As I was saying, I've never heard you really have a problem with this.
Yes,
I don't think you used it wrong.
Okay, but I'm not sure. Maybe I don't make mistakes, but my head is.
But why? Are you trying to translate? Or?
No, I mean, yeah, probably, but I know. When I talk, it comes naturally, but when I write, it's totally different.
Okay, so yeah, when you're writing, yeah, you're
Made me think, like, is it okay using infinitive or ing?
Okay, but it's usually gonna be one of these rules, right? So you just need to think as like, is it the subject of my sentence? Is it after one of these verbs? And then you just need to see if it sounds okay. If it sounds good, then it's probably gonna be okay. So yeah,
yes,
that's true.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's watch this video, shall we?
Okay.
So this guy here, I think he talks about how to make faster decisions.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
You're probably familiar.
Just half a minute.
That short.
I'm going to for a pen. Or do I have to take notes? Are we gonna discuss?
No, take notes.
No?
Just we're gonna discuss, but you don't have to take notes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask you questions. We're just gonna discuss the ideas.
Ah, okay.
Don't take.
Minor details of life where there is almost never an incorrect. You're probably familiar with FOMO. That's short for fear of missing out. It's that feeling you get when it seems like everyone else is doing something better than what you're doing right now. But there's another FO you need to know about, and it's far more dangerous. It's called FOBO, and it's short for fear of a better option. We live in a world of overwhelming choice. Even decisions that used to be simple, like choosing a restaurant or making everyday purchases, are now fraught with overanalysis. Technology has only made the issue more pronounced. If you want to buy a pair of white shoelaces online, you have to sort through thousands of items and read through hundreds of reviews. That's an astounding amount of information to process to just buy 2 pieces of string that cost less than your morning latte. Chances are you've experienced FOBO when you struggle to choose just one from a group of perfectly acceptable outcomes. It's a symptom of a culture which sees value in collecting and preserving as many options as possible. You might wonder why all of this is so bad. It seems counterintuitive. Shouldn't it be a privilege to have so many good options to choose from? The problem is, FOBO induces such severe analysis paralysis that it can negatively impact both your personal and your professional life. When you can't make decisions with conviction, you waste precious time and energy. Luckily, there is a way to overcome FOBO. Here's the secret. With any decision you make, you first have to determine the stakes, as this will inform your decision-making strategy. When it comes down to it, you only really face 3 types of decisions in life: high stakes, low stakes, and no stakes. Let's start with no stakes decisions. These are the minor details of life where there is almost never an incorrect answer, and in a few hours you won't even remember making the decision in the first place. A good example of this is choosing what to watch on TV. With thousands of shows, it's easy to get overwhelmed. Yet no matter what you pick, the consequences are basically non-existent. So spending more than a few moments on FOBO is a massive waste of energy. You just need to move on. When it comes to no-stakes decisions, the key is to outsource them to the universe. For example, you can whittle down your choices to just 2 and then flip a coin. Or try my personal favorite, ask the watch. Assign each one of your choices to one half of your watch, then let the second hand tell you what you're going to do. Looks like I'll be having the fish. That brings us to low-stakes decisions. These have consequences, but none are earth-shattering, and there are plenty of acceptable outcomes. Many routine things at work, like purchasing a printer, booking a hotel, or choosing between possible venues for an offsite, are classically low stakes in nature. Some thinking is required, but these aren't make-or-break deliberations, and you'll probably have forgotten about them in a few weeks. Here you can also outsource decision-making, but you want some critical thinking involved, as there are some stakes. This time you'll outsource to a person. Set some basic criteria, select someone to present a recommendation, and then take their advice. Make sure to avoid the temptation to canvas. Your goal is to clear your plate, not to kick the can down the road. Now that you've tackled low stakes and no stakes decisions, you've created the space and time you'll need to handle high stakes decisions. These are things like, which house should I buy, or which job should I accept? Since the stakes are high and there are long-term implications, you absolutely want to get it right. Before we get to work, let's establish a few basic principles to guide you through the process. First, think about what really matters to you and set your criteria accordingly. Second, gather the relevant facts. Make sure you collect data about all of the options so you can be confident that you're truly making an informed decision. And third, remember that FOBO by nature comes when you struggle to choose just one from a group of perfectly acceptable options. So no matter what you choose, you can rest assured that the downside is limited. Now that you've established some ground rules, the process can begin. Start by identifying a frontrunner based on your intuition. Then compare each of your options head-to-head with the frontrunner one by one. Each time, choose the better of the two based on the criteria and discard the other one. Here's the trick to avoiding FOBO. When you eliminate an option, it's gone forever. If you keep returning to discarded options, you risk getting stuck. Now repeat this process until you get down to one final choice. If you follow this system, you will usually end up with a decision on your own. On the rare occasion that you get stuck, you will outsource the final decision to a small group of qualified people who you trust and who are equipped to provide you with guidance on this particular topic. Engage a group of 5 or less, ideally an odd number of people, so that you have a built-in tiebreaker if you need it. Now that you've made your choice, one last challenge remains. You have to commit. I can't promise you that you'll ever truly know if you've made the perfect decision, but I can tell you this. A significant percentage of people in the world will never have to worry about FOBO. Unlike the billions of people who have few options, if any, due to war, poverty, or illness, you have plentiful opportunities to live decisively. You may not get everything you want, but the mere fact you get to decide is powerful. In fact, it's a gift. Make the most of it.
So what do you think of the video?
Yeah, it's very helpful. It's like the brainstorming
Yeah.
we did for the first presentation. We put all the ideas, then choose the most important, and the ones I can use, I eliminate. So to take a decision, I think it's important to think about if they're the high stakes, low stakes, or which one is more important.
So yeah. And yeah, I think he's right, about the fact that there are so many choices that now we have to do because we live in a world where, well, everything's a lot easier, allegedly, right now. So yeah, there are many options for everything, starting from what to eat, to what to watch on TV, to what to.
But I think in that decision in that kind of decision, we lost a lot of time.
Yeah.
So what can we see, or what should we see? It's half an hour. What do you want to eat? It's an hour, and you don't eat anything at the end. So
Yeah.
decision, you don't have to think, you think a lot. And something that you really need to care about or think is something that you react really fast, and it's something that you need to think.
Yeah. I think it's because, with big things, at least I feel like sometimes I get so stressed and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna decide, let the universe do it for me, and I'm like very impulsive in that sense.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I don't know, but it's true. It's not only time that we waste, but I think it's energy as well, and it it messes with our minds. It does, because then we're all stressed out because of a tiny thing. So yeah.
We think a lot with tiny things.
Yeah.
I think that it happens to all the people. I mean, no matter if you are super structure your ideas or something, yeah, you lost time
Yeah.
in the decisions.
Yeah, that's right. But we lose time with everything. We're not
Yeah.
that we're not that as productive as we would like to be. I think everyone.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So, out of these 3 decisions here, which one would be the most difficult for you to make? Ordering a meal from a menu, choosing a new printer for your office, or whether to accept a job offer?
Which one will be the most difficult? I mean, it depends the situation. To accept a job offer, it's very difficult. But if it's a job that you choose and you apply, it will be a really easy decision to make.
Yeah, of course.
But besides that, I think that ordering a meal for a menu, it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how there are these memes when, you go on dates with somebody and they're like thinking, while they drive what to order, and they're like, what do you want to eat? No, what do you want to eat? And that's
Uh-huh.
true, Yeah, now that I think about it.
And then you don't want to choose something new and you choose
The same.
something that you eat all the time.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you're not even choosing, you're just going for what you already have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's true. So just from what you remember, I know I told you not to take notes, but do you by any chance remember what FOBO is? Or what it stands for?
Yeah, I don't remember the exactly meaning of FOBO. No, I think I'm not sure it's that you miss time. It's like the name that he used to explain all the how people waste time. I think I don't remember exactly what it is.
I think that explains why people waste time.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it was fear of a better option, right?
Mhm.
So I think that, you waste time choosing because you are afraid that there's something better than what you're going to choose, that you're missing something by choosing your option.
Mhm.
So
Oh yes.
what do you think the effect of technology is on decision making?
Okay, and the video mentioned that this technology helps a lot in decision make.
Okay. And
I
what do you think?
mm, yeah, I think yeah, in some way it helps. Like it talks in the video that in the medium stake, I think, or low stake, the one that was in the middle, choosing a hotel. You can look for a recommendation and it makes you easy to choose. Now, so there's technology that is helping you.
Okay, yes, that's right. But in the sense that if you're looking to order, like, but that isn't real technology, right? Because when you go to a restaurant or when you're buying food online, then you have plenty of options from which to choose. And in that sense, it makes it harder. But that's not exactly technology, right?
Yes.
I think that's just consumerism.
In that case, it's it's negative because, like you said, it gives you a lot of options. It make you well, waste time, and no, I mean, it make you feel confused about everything.
It makes you feel confused. Yeah. Okay. So where is it? Okay. So where are the meanings? What's the words from the transcript in bold? Where's the transcript? Okay. I think they don't have the transcript, right? I wanted to do the vocabulary part,
Mm.
but they say match the words from the transcript in bold. So transcript. Maybe in this one here. No, there's a transcript. Okay, here's a transcript.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do we do this?
Conviction.
Are those the only ones? Oh no.
Yes. Outsource. Whittle down.
Oh, there are more. There may be more. Yeah, criteria.
Oh yeah, because he talked about the 3 steps or the 3 phases.
Canvas. Discard. And that's it. Okay. So we need to match those words with their meanings. Let's.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one, ask for support for your ideas from other people.
Ask for support for your ideas from other people. Criteria?
Criteria, no.
No.
Mm,
Ask for your support. Oh no. Can I do the next?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
So opposite to or very different from what you would naturally think.
Wow. Opposite to or very different than what you naturally think. Wow.
That one's
It is criteria, I think.
criteria?
Yes.
No,
No.
no. That one's, I mean, you can break down the word.
Opposite to. Okay. A feeling of confidence or certainty, conviction.
Okay. What's that? Conviction, yeah? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Inability to move or make a decision is paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
Very obvious or noticeable are pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
Gradually. Gradually reduce the number of options. Whittle down.
Whittle down. That's right. And or you could also say narrow down.
Narrow down.
Narrow down. Narrow down. What else?
As for support for your ideas from other people is Outsource?
No, but it's close. It's really close to outsource. They're almost synonyms.
Mm.
Okay, so
So,
okay.
No, tell me.
Okay, I was gonna say outsource means to hire somebody to do something for you. So it's like delegar something.
Outsource.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. Clear now. I mean that outsource like fuentes externas or...
Yes, it would make sense, but no.
¿Es eso o no es eso también?
No.
Entonces...
That's outside sources. Sources, not the same.
Okay.
It could be, but outsource it's a verb. Outside sources is, well, a noun, right? A noun and an adjective.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just...
What about the number 3? That's quite easy. So throw something away.
Something away because you don't want or you don't need. Discard.
Discard. Good. And 6.
Okay. Conviction. And number 6, the future effects that a decision will have is implications.
Yeah, implications or consequence. Implications. Okay.
Okay, so we have 4 criteria. No.
We have 3.
Pronouns. I have pronouns, yes. So we have 3 more. Ask for support for your ideas from other people. It's the category of purpose that you use to choose emergency about something. Criteria.
No.
No, the categories.
Yeah, that's criteria. So criteria means that's interesting because criteria is plural. It's an irregular plural. Criteria means criterios. And criterion, like this, I'm gonna write it down here down at the bottom. So criterion is one of them, so it's singular, criterio. And criteria is plural, so it's criterios. Another word for it will be rubrics. La rúbrica, rúbricas, or criteria. So it's the categories. So for example, I don't know. Right, tomorrow I'm gonna send you a document with the criteria I use to evaluate yours, right? So yeah. So what do you think about 2? That's notice.
What 2?
Number 2, opposite to or very different from.
Okay. Opposite to or very different from, well, not all, I think. Counterintuitive.
Good. Counterintuitive.
Intuitive.
How? Counterintuitive. You don't pronounce the second T. Intuitive. Yes.
Intuitive. Now again.
Counterintuitive.
Counter. The next word is?
Intuitive.
Intuitive.
Yes, exactly. So it's like the second T doesn't exist. Intuitive.
Intuitive. Okay.
Intuitive. Intuitive. Kind of like that. Intuitive.
Yeah.
counterintuitive.
So the first one is canvas.
Canvas. So counter means opposite, you know? So for example, what I said, right? In the essays or in your presentation, you needed your claims. And if you want, you can add a counterclaim. And that means the opposite of your claim. So you're going to object to yourself. So it's counter, it means opposite. And intuitive it comes from your intuition, right? So it's opposite to what you would naturally think, so or intuit.
Ah, okay.
And canvas, it's interesting. It means, you know, for example, this is what the jury does as well. So canvas is, what was we were saying? Discern, right? Remember yesterday's word?
Yes.
So it's kind of the same as that. So when you put people together to discern on a topic, you're going to canvass a vote. So vas a solicitar un voto. You're going to canvass a vote. Yeah.
Another example.
Canvas. It's usually for group meetings where you canvass votes most of the time. So you want somebody to make a decision for you. You are asking them for a vote. So you're canvassing a vote from them. Maybe we can look for some context right now. But you know, it's pronounced in the same way as just canvas, which is canvas means where you paint the canvas, lienzo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's another.
And it has another meaning in business.
Really? What does it mean?
Canvas is like a table with a mix of fodder and another tools.
Okay, but is it in Spanish or in English?
Canvas.
Yeah.
I think it's in Spanish.
Okay. So yeah, we got the same video.
Oh yeah.
How does he say?
Source to a person. Set some basic criteria, select someone to present a recommendation, and then take their advice. Make sure to avoid the temptation to canvas. Your goal is to clear your plate, not to kick the can down the road. Now that you tackle low canvas, your goal is to clear your plate, not to kick the can down the road. Now that you tackle low stakes and no stakes.
Okay, but let's look for something else. So, canvassable.
Irregularities that he requested a recanvass of all of the vote.
Bevan never specifically mentioned the tweet, but it was one.
So, recanvass of the votes. So, he requested probably the jury to rethink their decision. Okay. So yeah, there was some vocabulary. I don't know if you have any questions.
No, I don't about the material, but what did you talk to Ruth?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna talk to her tomorrow morning.
Okay.
But when did you want to start? You want to start tomorrow or Monday next week?
I'm not sure if there is an open course.
Oh, you mean the group courses?
Yes.
Well, you need to talk that with Ruth. So there's every week there's an open course. So I think, yeah, it's not gonna be a problem in that sense. I mean, with the extra classes.
Okay. It's no problem for me if we start tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Start tomorrow. So how many classes?
That's why I can talk to Ruth about. So how many classes? And she's probably gonna be in touch with you. So she's gonna send you a text, I suppose, and explain to you the way that you need to I mean, everything, all the details for the course, for the TOEFL course.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
Okay.
because she's gonna be contacting you. Okay.
So here comes my idea again. I mean, we are almost at the end of the year, and I will be more with more time. I don't know if you will have time the next week. So, like we talk, if we can take an extra classes, just with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next week?
Yes. Can we start next week?
Like, but in the mornings or afternoons?
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It's okay with you?
Yeah, I
I
will.
would prefer the morning. Honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So 8, 9.
It's up to you. You choose any time.
Okay. You're free all morning.
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay.
So you can tell me, I mean, what time exactly you would like to have those classes.
Okay.
And how often as well. So you can maybe send me a text.
Uh-huh.
Let me know.
Okay. Super.
Okay. So I'm sending the survey.
My last survey, probably.
I think we're gonna have to do surveys as well.
Uh-huh.
And with the TOEFL course as well. So don't worry.
Oh, yes.
A lot.
I mean, for my entire course.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Say goodbye to the surveys.
Right. I really enjoy these classes.
I'm glad, Muffin. I'm really glad to hear that.
Thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you. I really enjoy your classes as well. It's like, yeah, it's softer than other classes.
Okay.
Okay. So then I'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Friday. Oh, yeah, see you tomorrow. But you need to confirm. Are we keeping the same time or?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Is it okay with you?
No, yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So yeah, tomorrow morning I'm gonna talk to Ruth, and I'm probably gonna send you a text then because she was asking me for your grades as well. So I'm gonna, yeah. So,
You're going to give me my grades for
this last module. Did you see your grades for the previous one?
Yes, because I didn't see. Maybe I need more in that.
So I was waiting. You know, I didn't send you the grades. I was waiting. Sorry.
No, what did you say? You're waiting for what? I don't
I
want
was
to
waiting for. Do you remember the essay, the final one?
Yes.
Do you remember that you needed to make some corrections and send it again?
Yeah, I made.
Did you? No,
Yeah.
I don't think you didn't send me anything.
I send you.
No. The final.
No, please show me the essay I send you because I remember that I make some corrections and I add some the paragraph you asked me to.
Like, how did you send it to me? Because I don't remember having gotten it. So I was waiting for that because it wasn't,
Probably I didn't send you, but it is in the document in the drive. Yes.
Oh my. You should have sent me a text or something saying it's already done. Because then
I'm sure. Okay. Oh, can we check? Because probably I forgot to tell you that my document was there.
So this one here. Because I looked at this one at the corrected version that I sent it. So this is the one? Oh yeah, it's different.
Yes, this is the one.
Oh, okay then. So yeah, because this was over the final 15 points, right? So sorry. So that's why I just put the grade that you got in the essay.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you that it was in that document.
All right, so I think it's not gonna be a problem. I'm still gonna have time to check and correct that final grade.
Okay.
So here it is.
So without this part, without coding this part.
Without that part, you got 79 in your final, in that essay.
79.
79.
Okay.
Without the corrections. So here it is. I took into account the
What?
I'm gonna make this smaller. Okay, hold on. All right, so the assignments part were just what we did in class. So the first one is about punctuation, some things we did for punctuation. Then we had something about transitions, connectors, and then the structure, right? So it's what we did in class. You got pretty good grades there. And then the quizzes part, the second one is your second, or the first one is the one that you had in the, where is it?
About the technology too, I think.
Yeah, technology, I think. And there was one more, it was an assignment, it wasn't a quiz. I remember it was, I think, COMAS.
Oh,
It was a
yes.
worksheet.
Yes.
So I don't remember exactly how it was.
I remember.
So I took that into account as well. Do you remember that worksheet?
Huh? Sorry? The
Do you
name?
remember that worksheet? I don't remember.
No.
Yeah, punctuation worksheet. So this was the one. So I took that into account as well. I think I made some comments. And this and the first essay that you did, right? All the assignments. And then there was your final test, which was the final essay.
Yes.
But you can see you were only missing 3 points to get to 90. Maybe if this one here is higher with your with when I check your corrections, then you can get, I don't know, we're gonna see.
Okay.
And yeah, and now I need to send your grades for the final one. So I'm gonna be sending you all the details tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. No problem. So yeah, if I mean, I will need class for the first module. Yes. And I don't know, probably for the 13 module.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be just the two of them. And that's why I haven't talked to Ruth yet, because I need to send her your final ones, so A14, so that she can tell me how many classes you're supposed to have.
Okay. So the class will be just for the modules I have by grades. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think you're gonna need classes for this last one, but yeah, I guess it should be just for both.
Okay.
Okay. So then, yep. I guess it's tomorrow.
So yeah. Today we don't have the speaking assignment, or?
Oh no, don't worry. Since we did the final one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Bye, my friend.
Thank you, Nora. See you tomorrow. Bye.